After winning the Truck Series Championship in 2011, who knew this cat was going to win the Nationwide Championship just, 2 years later in 2013? Here's Austin Dillon's 2012 Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet Impala. Howdy, howdy, folks. It's Diecastbuffet here again, back with another NASCAR Diecast review. Today, we're going to be taking a look at a 3-car, and no, it's not a cup car, guys. It is indeed a nationwide car. Austin Dillon's 2012 Bass Pro Shops Chevrolet Camaro. Oh my goodness, this is a throwback. So, for all the cats out there who haven't been watching stock car racing the last decade or so, Austin Dillon drove the 3-car, and he also drove the 3-truck back in yesteryear. Of course, he won the Truck Series Championship. He won the Nationwide Championship. If the tides part and everything in divine intervention happens, and he wins a Cup Championship, he would be the only driver on the face of the earth to ever win all 3 of them. He has that going for him, ironically, in the 3-car. Will it happen? Who knows? Who knows? Go get it. Go win the championship. Anyway, so here is a throwback, honestly, to back to his younger days in the Nationwide Series. And he was pretty good there. I'll be honest with you. I was a pretty big Dillon fan. I liked him and his brother going into the trucks, into the Xfinity, or then Nationwide. But here's the box design. I tell you what, this is such a good-looking box. I mean, RCR, right? Big and bold. Not like the little numbers, not like a little RCR. Big RCR, right? I love this. It's like a modern, staggered, kind of like checkered pattern. I love that. It just looks good. Top of the box, got a little bit of some like shadowing, a fade effect. Wow. Austin Dillon's 2012 Bass Pro Shops Tracker Boats Chevrolet Camaro, I almost said Xfinity, nationwide car. Let's go ahead and get it out of the box and take a look at it, folks. Here she is, folks, and yes, I know I said Camaro. Well, guess what? It's an Impala. Look, mistakes happen. So here it is, folks. I tell you what, man, this is a hot-looking race car, man. I tell you what, this was a paint scheme that was very popular. I remember like all the stop motions and all that jazz back then. You got to get an Austin Dillon nationwide car to fit in. I tell you what, and when Austin Dillon drove the 3-car at the time, it was, for most people, it was, and I think still is today a little bit. Most people didn't like the idea of him running the 3-car. They said it should never be ran. And at the time, they said, they're never going to allow it in the Cup Series. Well, sure enough, 2014 comes around. He, came off his championship that year. Of course, this is his, rookie season in the Xfinity or Nationwide Series. But a lot of people didn't want him to run the 3-car. They didn't like it. I think everyone kind of has their own personal opinion about it, and that's cool, But when he ran this car, the black number 3, it looked cool. But I don't know if he should have ran the 3-car though. But anyways, this is a sweet-looking race car. And then you go over here to the nose of the diecast. You have Bass Pro Shops. Love that. Just, it's very simple hood design. You go over here to the front. Valence, and good lord, look at that giant splitter. I mean, you in real life the splitters are not that big, but for the casting sake, you got to make the splitters a little bit bigger than usual because it'll chip off. It's like the COT wings. You go back to those, you look at the actual COT car, and it has a very thin winglet. It has a very thin thing. A lot of people don't realize this, and I'll try to show it here, is that the COT wing is actually all one piece. You see that? It's all one piece. But the actual cars have a gap underneath it. The reason why is obviously casting. The elites have a separate piece for it, and they break off super easily. So I'm glad they went with the cast and just made it all one piece. That's why you see the thick splitters on the race cars. So you got Moog, you got Cop. Oh god, they're all wonky jaw here. What was that? Edelbrock? I can barely even read it. Sunoco, JE. I mean, it looks like the fluorescent orange kind of like messed with it like a transparent pattern. We got the 3 there. You got Impala. Got the bow tie. It's all skewy on the front here. You got RCR, nothing on this headlight. Maybe the 3 was supposed to be there, I don't think so. But you got the RCR joint there. Beautiful, beautiful day glow orange. Freaking love that. And then over here to the left side of the car, you got Austin Dillon. At Austin Dillon 3, this was back when Twitter was a very new thing to the average person, myself included. I never used Twitter. I still have never used Twitter. I probably never will. I've just never been a Twitter guy. But back then in 2012, it was common, like, to be talked about in a new sense. It's like, oh my God, this person has a Twitter account. They're cool now. A lot of people don't realize this, but Dale Jr. never had one until he won the Daytona 500. He made a bet. I forget the whole story about it. He said, if I win the 500, I'm gonna make my own Twitter account. Sure enough, he wins it, and then I think it was Jimmy Johnson who had to help him set it up. It was someone close to him, but anyways, you got Austin Dillon 3. Good Lord, those are some small sponsors. I see Champion. I see Sherwin-Williams. I think that's a Freightliner there. Maybe Okuma as well. You got NASCAR Race Car, NASCAR Nationwide Series, Mechanics Wear, Holly 3M MSD, Featherlight, K&N, Jegs ARP, Auto Meter. Got the big old RCR3. Got some Realtree Camo, Bass Pro Shops, American Ethanol, Realtree Camo. I love Realtree. I personally prefer Realtree over Mazio. That's just me. Tracker Boats, Advocare, and of course American Ethanol. And got Safety Clean, and I think that's Realtree again on the right rear corner panel. And then over here to the back end of the car, and I tell you what, man, that thing is so wonky, Joe. It's ridiculous. So you got your bright Hunter Safety Orange spoiler. That looks great. But the Tracker Boats Bass Pro Shop logo, I mean, the Bass Pro Shop logo is probably in its right place, but the Tracker Boats logo, maybe it's supposed to be like that. I don't know. It wouldn't look too bad if it was supposed to be like that, but it's all screwed up. I mean, this whole corner here, good Lord, this whole side is screwed up. Wow. Yeah, that explains it. You know, and Lionel was still around in 2012, but, you know, they always had at least one or two of these screwed ups. You got a Kuma there, you got your rookie stripes, got the bow tie, and got whatever's left of that 3 there. Holy cow. And then over here to the right side of the car, you got your camouflage, your Hunter Safety Orange, whatever happened over here in the right rear. I mean, good Lord. It's like someone stomped a mud hole in it. Jesus. You got Tracker Boats. That thing's all droopy on this end. This side's all good. I love that 3 there. I just love the white 3 with the orange. Notice the side of it, you know, the trim line's a little bit off-centered there, but it's actually on-centered here. So this diecast has a lot of issues with it, which honestly was kind of uncommon in 2012. It wasn't really common until, you know, the WLS and the PTC joint in 2014. Of course, you got Goodyear there, all that jazz. But honestly, it is a phenomenal looking race car. Like, man, I wish I could have drove this car. And then over here to the roof of this Impala, you got the nationwide banner there. That looks really good. I like that. I never mind the banners for the lower series. I just never really minded it. But man, I love the smaller roofs. You know, you can have the roofs hired up, but just keep it kind of scrunched up. You know, put the number there. That's all it should be there, in my opinion. Very nice. You go over here to the deck lid, and they still use the same model of car too, which is like loosely based off the COT/Gen 5. I don't know if the exact chassis can fit on this car, but it's obvious it's loosely based on it, which is kind of cool to think that the Gen 5 still is alive. I mean, I like that. So you got, of course, Bass Pro Shops on the deck lid. Wow, let me know what y'all think about this, and would y'all like to see more, you know, these Xfinity/Nationwide reviews? I got a whole bunch of them to film, but yeah, man, I tell you, these cars are very cool looking. Anyways, guys, hope you're having a great one. Like, comment, and subscribe. Of course, go ahead and follow me on Instagram for more NASCAR Diecast coverage and behind-the-scenes stuff that I like to do. You know, build custom cars, all that good jazz. Anyways, hope you're having a great one. Diecastbuffet signing off, bye.